Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm Daz Exotic. I'm here with Joe K. Introduce yourself.
Joe K, another day in the underground, man. I'm ready to go. Let's do this
Fuck
thing.
another day. It's a new day in the underground.
We'll see
All
about
that
we'll see
old
about that.
shit out the
Well,
window. I won't stand for nothing else but a new day in the underground, y'all. But here we go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? How are y'all doing this beautiful evening? How are y'all feeling out there? Drop a comment, drop a like, share, share, share. We got a hell of an episode for y'all today. Today. Like every time, fuck it. Like every time, we got an episode for y'all. I'm about to let me see who's in the building. What up, Kentretto? What up? What up? Like, share, share, share. Get in the building. Join us for a conversation. We got a lot to discuss. What up, Milkman? I see you in the motherfucking building. How are y'all? How are you feeling today, my boy? I love you, man. And so, with that being said, I gotta kick it off hot, kinfolk. Kinfolk the plug. I got a question.
What's that?
Right. You have said that you don't consider Joe K part of the industry.
Word.
Why is that? What does that mean? What up, Jay? What
Okay,
up?
so-
What up? What?
So I'm gonna tell you like this. This is where my concern or my issue with everybody is. I can't stand when people try to give advice to artists, right? That don't do music business shit. Like the thing I've seen Joe really tell the truth about is these artists need to get these contracts, which I don't understand why no artist does that anyways. Like that's just common sense. I mean, if you've seen any hip hop movie, you should just know you need a contract on anything. So that's where my issue is. Just like the other day when he was interviewing old dude, he was telling people like, don't do this, don't do that. I'm gonna tell you artists right now, stop listening to these artists that are doing less than you or the same amount of you. You want to listen to an artist that's ahead of you that can
That's
show
doing
you the
more.
way and grab your hand and lift you up. You get what I'm saying? So
But
that's
those
my
artists
issue.
ain't doing that. I'll say now, those artists who could be doing those things are not, and they're not doing it for free.
let's
Now- Okay.
but hey, hold up a second, because clearly I'm not just gonna sit here in silence while
Right, no, Joe, no.
we're and let's have a discussion about it, right? Like I want to have a discussion about it.
Right.
First and foremost, I would just like to set precedence here. I am
Before you
not.
do-
I'm not in the.
before you
I'm
do,
not. Wait. I'm not in the industry, right? I
Right.
have never claimed. I have
share,
never
share,
claimed.
share, y'all.
I have never claimed to be in the quote unquote industry. But I think we need to define then, what do you consider the industry? Because this little underground circuit that we're in is not the industry. And
So
I'd
when you
also
say
like to
that
ask
though,
wait. One more question. What have I ever said that has been incorrect when I have given a recommendation for somebody?
okay, so
Specifically.
let's start with the underground thing first. What do you consider underground?
I consider basically every person that is probably watching this podcast right now probably is in the underground, listens mostly to underground music, or is an artist who has not reached the mainstream yet.
Okay,
No
so
radio, no no major
so
radio playing.
who would you
no
say
major
is the
concert.
top? Who is the top underground artist to you then right now?
top underground artists. I like a lot. I like Greaves personally. Like Greaves,
Okay,
one of my
so
favorite
you say Greaves.
underground artists.
Okay, so Greaves is, you could probably say he's underground, but he's also signed to Rhymesayers, right?
No,
He's not signed to Rhymesayers anymore?
no,
He's not signed there anymore.
no.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, so, but he was already signed to them, right? Rhymesayers is an
was at one
international
time
label.
He was at one time signed to Rhymesayers,
Okay,
as were many artists who are underground.
yeah, but Rhymesayers is basically an international label. Like, any of their artists that signed to that label can go on an international tour. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even consider those guys, because those guys are legends. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are they're like, they can do festivals. You get what I'm saying? Like, all those dudes can do festivals, bro.
Sure,
like,
but
for me, I would say,
wait, but doing a festival is not the difference between being underground or not. Now, what I do agree with that you said is a lot of people, what up, y'all watching? I see y'all in the building. Shout out JD, shout out Twistillo. What I do agree about is a lot of people who give commentary do not have the credentials be doing commentary. I do agree with that. Now, Joe K has shaken up the industry with things that he has said. And so that's, and it has saved a lot of people a lot of money and a lot of strife through the things that he said. He also has been an artist previously.
Let's talk about credentials, because I'd love to talk about credentials. What kind of credentials do you need to start a podcast in 2023 talking about underground hip hop? What would qualify somebody to be allowed to start a podcast?
So, I mean, hold on. I'm trying to fucking figure this stupid ass case out.
Is that not industry of you to not be able to? Is that you don't know how to set up?
Hey, look. I mean, look. I'm sitting here. Look, I want to let's go all the way deep in it. Let's talk about the credentials first, right? I want to know specifics. What would qualify somebody, and then we can take a look at the resume and see if I'm qualified enough to be speaking on the things that I have specifically spoken on. So go ahead.
Oh,
so I mean, what are the things you've been speaking of that we debate about?
You tell me. You're the one that said that I'm not. You don't like people like me that come out.
Remember, I can't remember your post, man. That's what pisses me off. I can't remember your post.
He said paying for features is dead. Is one of the things that you disagreed with.
Joe didn't say that. Did you say that, Joe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start right there.
For most underground rappers,
because I want to get into features, but right now we're talking about what it means to be underground or on top of the underground
and qualified to speak on the underground.
So why would you think an artist shouldn't do features? And like, when you speak on this,
we're gonna get to that, but we're talking about we're gonna get to features for sure. But what makes, you're saying, all you've said is that doing a festival makes you mainstream.
Bro, listen, if you're an underground rapper, right, you're not gonna headline a festival. If you're like, come on, do
underground rappers have headlined festivals?
Like
before.
Who though?
Huh?
Like who though? Who are we talking about?
Nowadays, unsigned artists make major moves in getting big positions all the time. Even Chance
we're talking about known festivals though. Like, isn't Rhymesayers about to do that hip hop festival with
But why are we talking, like, why are we picking Rhymesayers here to go with?
Because you just brought up Greaves.
No,
Greaves
I brought up
is a
Greaves,
talented dude
who is not signed to Rhymesayers. This is my entire point. There are tons of people that pass through labels, and I think we're conflating mainstream, underground, and independent, because there's a lot of independent record labels out there that aren't mainstream, like Rhymesayers, like Strange Music. There's a ton of them that aren't one of the big conglomerate labels out there. But let's not confuse it. I think there's levels to this crap, and I think there's like they're so far underground, like no one's heard of you in the entire world. You're not signed to an independent label. I think there's a layer up above that you are signed to an independent label, but still nobody knows who you are. You are still very much your own entity.
So would you say nobody would know Greaves if he was never signed to Rhymesayers? Would you say that?
People still don't know. If I walked into Walmart tomorrow,
I don't know.
I asked a random person if they knew who.
I never said he wasn't. I don't know him.
If I walked into Walmart and I asked 100 people if they know who Greaves the rapper was, I would guarantee you that 99 or even 100 of them would probably say, I don't know who the F you're talking about. And that's not a knock on Greaves. I love Greaves. Greaves is literally my favorite rapper, but that's underground, man. That is underground. You're not mainstream. The masses don't know who you are.
But they also say that Benny the Butcher's underground.
To a certain extent.
I think to an extent
well,
he
so
is.
You're fighting your own point by saying that. Is Benny qualified to give you credentials on music? For sure he is.
I'm just saying. So I'm trying to get to the, like, who are we trying to say is
underground?
Because to me, a lot of these cats ain't underground anymore. Like it's over for them. You know what I'm saying? They're gone. Like once you hit a certain, like Joe said, a stepping stone, it's a wrap for you to be underground anymore. And so like I just feel like once you, like if I go to award shows and I'm seeing you at award shows, you're not an underground rapper anymore to me.
Jelly Roll, good example, was underground for a very long time.
For a very long time.
when he was, when he was at his peak, like indie underground, he's still underground. Like that doesn't take away from his talent. It doesn't take away from his work ethic. But now, Jelly Roll's mainstream, man. Like Jelly Roll is mainstream now. He's killing.
First and foremost, but you got to think he didn't go mainstream on rap. He went mainstream singing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why there's so many country people on his upcoming tour. What up, y'all in the building? What up, T Murdoch? Like, share, show some love. We got a special episode for y'all.
You said it's a special episode
today. I mean, every episode is a special.
Every episode is special with you, bro. You gotta like.
Every episode I'm on, Daz.
Every episode.
I was gonna say every episode
I say it's
is
a special. Look, since we're breaking things down, I call it a special episode because it's different than my typical format.
Right.
That's what makes it special. It's a dialogue about a subject versus being game night or an interview directly with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like podcasters, I mean, if you know something, I think you're allowed to give that information. There's things.
Yeah,
I am not the biggest artist.
I love when Joe is telling these artists,
but
like,
artists
to get contracts.
need information. Niggas is not moving how they're supposed to.
I love when Joe's telling these artists to get contracts. It's like, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand why he has to keep repeating himself when he does that because he's already said it.
I don't know either.
I'm just saying, I've seen you say it like 10 times, and I'm like, bro, like, this is another thing I don't understand with these artists. If you're gonna be an artist, why you're not doing your homework? I'm just saying, have you not seen any hip hop movie? Any hip hop movie, any artist is getting fucked over because of a contract. You get what I'm saying? So I don't understand.
They aren't getting fucked over though. Artists do not get fucked over when they're signing a contract. Right. They do it to themselves. It's the way it's set up. It's the way the game is set up. They take a lot and they give you a little because they're giving you the infrastructure. They're giving you a shortcut. So when they complain about being fucked over, I knew when I was 10, I never want to sign a contract. I never want to sign a contract. I haven't. I don't be interested in sponsors. I don't aim to. I aim to support like-minded, independent artists, and I aim to continue to do the same. I like being able to do what the fuck I want to do. The word handlers bothers me. All those kind of things. Get a lawyer. Do contracts.
Right. I was gonna say.
But that when does that point come? What up, y'all? I see y'all in the building going crazy. Like, share,
You should,
share,
first off,
share.
before you do any business, especially if you're talking millions of dollars, you should always have a lawyer. You get what I'm saying? Like, it should never be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard to explain for these cats, man. Like, if you're gonna do, like, if you're walking into a label and you're walking into a label with just your manager, that's not good business. I would never let Sexy Cycle go in a meeting with just me, even though I know a lot of stuff and like I know how the industry, like the labels are, they're built to fuck the artists straight up. You know what I'm saying? Especially they want you to go in the offices and not know anything. You get what I'm saying? That's how they
Yes,
get these artists. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So when you go in there with people like me, and I'm gonna make sure that we got the lawyer, we got the top lawyer from New York, and whoop whoop whoop. They can't fuck you then. You get what I'm saying? And then the other thing these artists are not realizing is you can't be going into a label meeting and letting the label give you a lawyer.
Well, and that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they
So
prey on things like that. They prey on people who want a shortcut. I
right.
look at having a label as a shortcut. If you do take a contract with a label, you should be prepared to take an L, but you better be prepared for the long term. You can't think short term in those kind of situations. It's a long term game when that's the case. And I think a lot of people don't have enough ammo in their clip for the long term game.
I mean, bro, we've had this conversation. I mean, a lot of these artists today are lazy. They just want everything handed to them. They don't want to work hard. They don't want
they don't want to invest in themselves either.
They don't want to invest in bro, every city we go to, we take a day and we are hitting the streets hanging up her posters and giving out stickers hand to hand to people. We still doing that no matter what. So, and then these artists are like, man, I could never do that. I'm too, you know what I'm saying?
I'll
be like,
that?
what? What's wrong with you?
I think, dude, prime example. I went to a show a few years back, and I was doing like one song, right? I was just making a guest appearance, popping in. I went to this place. It's freaking dead. It is dead. There's nobody in there. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna sit here and do my 1 3-minute set for 5 rappers that are here also rapping. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna start telling people they need to come inside and they need to watch the show. And I was the only person, and I had a small stake in the show. Moral of the story, like a lot of people aren't willing to do the stuff like Ken's describing, like getting out there, who's out there handing out stickers, flyers like themselves anymore? Nobody. They put a post on Facebook and they pray that people show up. And that's not how you do it.
I try to lead by example versus telling people how to do things. Now, when I went on tour, I went to the Mall of America with my speaker and was performing inside the Mall of America because I'm like, this place is going to have twice as many people as the venue I'm performing at. Shout out AK Oxy. I met AK Oxy. What up, Andrea? How are you doing today? Like, share. But yeah, I hit the streets. The people who did come, I am still friends with on Facebook today and speak to regularly because it's about relationships, investing in yourself in relationships. What up? We got Zach and Lexi in the motherfucking building. I gotta give
We see them. They up in here.
I gotta give that a round of applause. Shout out to y'all tapped in the building.
Clap them up.
I love all the viewers. Like, even why I take the time to do that is because they are everything. That is how we, as artists, especially if I don't want fucked contracts, I'm gonna build my own support system.
Right.
You know, What would you consider ICP? Would you consider them underground? Speaking of
I
which,
mean,
because they're kind of the
well,
inventors
let's put it this way:
of the
ICP had
underground.
3 major deals. They got $3 million off rip, and they
When
took
was
that
this?
money and invested it, and look what they made. So, I mean, far as them being underground, yeah, they got to be underground. They're not going to get their videos played on TV. They're not going to get their, songs played on the radio. So, I mean, they have their one niche. You get what I'm saying? But you got to look at what Twisted did. Twisted made rock music. It went right to radio. So, could we even consider Twisted underground anymore? They did. What was that tour? The Warped Tour.
I feel like they make more commercial music. I mean, my brother was on the Warped Tour completely independent. There was no label involved at all. He was on the tour before the last Warped Tour, guaranteed. So they do incorporate indie artists. We can't say the line is thin now. I feel like that's the best thing about music nowadays, is that line is very, very thin now and is a very flexible. Like, I think that's the best thing about today. The internet has made it possible to connect far beyond your means. You got to do it in real life too.
The internet just gave everybody a voice. Like, and it gave all the fans a voice, and then it made all the artists lazy. You get what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, it made bro. I feel like the internet made a lot of artists lazy because now they don't want to do the hard work that people like me, where I come from, where you had to drive up, pop trunk, sell shit out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? I had to go around putting up posters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like driving to different cities and all that good shit.
You still have to do that, is what we just established. That's still necessary.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of artists don't want to do that, bro. And so, but I'm gonna tell you like this: from me doing that, I've made a lot of relationships. A lot of people don't realize you need relationships in this industry.
You're discrediting the biggest thing about the internet and what it does now. But lazy artists have existed far beyond the internet. And whether it was
why you gotta call them out like that?
If you've got to compare, even if you watch Kanye's documentary, Memphis Bleak, Freeway, Beanie Siegel were not filming their own videos and inviting the label to come see what they made. You know what I'm saying? It's a mind frame problem that has existed as long as time. The internet did not create that problem. I mean, I think it's a tool to help if you're smart enough to do both of those.
I mean, if you know how to use both to your advantage, then you'll be more successful. You get what I'm saying? You'll get, because it's a numbers game. You know, like people follow trends. You know what I'm saying? The labels want to look at numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when people try to give advice that don't have numbers and not really doing anything. I mean, you can do a bunch of shows all day and drop a bunch of music, but if nobody sees your shows, if nobody hears your music, then you're just doing it for a hobby.
But I mean, I don't think that those are the people trying to give advice. Even Twistillo is.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah.
I try to avoid giving. I try to lead by example. I don't try to sit here and act better than anybody. So I agree with that notion. But I do know there's a lot of people who don't have the information or have the mind frame to do what I do. And Joe K tries to educate them ultimately.
But I think that's what Ken's saying though. Like I get what you're saying. Like I understand what you're saying. I just like a definitive answer on what qualifies somebody like me, or anybody to be able to start a podcast and talk about underground hip hop. What qualifies somebody to do that, and what disqualifies?
I mean, but like I say, you keep sticking to the underground. Like it's like, but
it's another day in the underground.
You gotta look at it like this: the underground eventually, like even every underground label now is trying to run their label like a major label.
Absolutely.
So that's the other thing. Like, but these cats that I feel like the ones you're speaking of are not really trying to take it serious. They're not going to invest in themselves. You get what I'm saying? So that's why they don't do the contract thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, which I still don't.
That's nonsense. That doesn't make sense because that's the problem. They're
Nate
so delusional.
Frog? I see you, Nate.
They're so delusional in investing in themselves that they'll spend $3,000 on a feature and not get a contract. That's not willing to invest. That's stupidity. Like there is a difference. That's
not even stupidity. That's just first and foremost, this is one thing I don't understand. So anytime we do a feature, I make them come to the studio. And the reason I make them come to the studio is because I make them sign contracts and I get it all on camera. I make them sign contracts and I make them sign split sheets. If we're doing a video, I make them sign that contract too. So, like, artists, listen to me. You want to make sure that you guys get contracts for everything. If they're doing a feature, you want that. You want to make sure they sign your split sheet. And you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that they do, like, if you're doing a video, you want to make sure you get that release. You get what I'm saying? Because no matter what kind of artist it is, they can be an independent artist. If you put something up, their distribution company can have that shit taken down.
Oh, and we've seen it. We've seen it several times. So I mean,
I got a homie who's got a song with Lil Yachty that he can't put out. I got friends with songs with Isaiah Rashad that they can't put out. But also though, that's interesting because they have relationships with the people, and that is also part of what is supposed to make those things possible.
I'm still waiting on my answer on what qualifies somebody and what disqualifies me. I'm gonna keep beating the drum because we can't start the podcast off coming.
What qualifies you, Kinfolk? It makes you different than Joe K.
What makes me different?
I'm not asking discrediting, just to have a answer.
Man, listen, I've been doing this shit since I was like 18. I've had people have major deals. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've almost got signed by, 2 labels when I made music. And so, trust me. And like I said, it's a relationship thing. I have a lot of relationships. That's why it's so easy for me to maneuver through this music.
A lot of people.
How do I read your comments, bro? Like, I'm trying to see what Twistello saying.
What Twistello is saying that don't make it a good feature.
What don't make what a good feature?
And contracts don't make songs. The things that you're saying.
Okay, so what is he talking about though? What don't make what a good feature?
Look, in general, he's saying that paperwork doesn't make a good song or feature. It
doesn't matter if it's a good feature or not. Like, listen, if an artist is investing in himself, he needs to invest in himself, but he needs to do it right. He can be the worst rapper in the world. At least he's taking the steps to invest in himself. If anybody got something to say about an artist paying for a feature, that artist can't do it. That's all, as simple as that. I don't give a fuck who you is. Like, like having them come to the studio. Bro, listen, anytime any of these artists they can leave anytime they want. They don't have to do the songs. These cats don't need money. Like, trust me, they come in there with bags of money, count it in front of us, and I'm like, okay. So I don't get what Twistello's trying to say. So,
but also, what you said, a lot of people can say those same exact things, and they are not industry. Like, I don't consider myself industry. I have a lot of connections to a lot of people. I've sold out shows. I've done a lot of different things. I've had
got a documentary coming.
No, it's been out. It's been out.
It's been out. You need to promote it more. You need to market it more. You need to
look. We had a packed live stream of it, and it's coming. And I don't got to explain myself, but it's been promoted and it's going to continually be promoted.
No, you never have to, bro. Listen, you don't ever have to explain yourself. You know what I'm saying?
about the
I'm looking-
documentary. Even.
Speaking of explaining, I'm still looking for an explanation. I need to know.
Joe,
what
okay, so
qualifies me.
listen, Joe, okay, let's go like this, Joe.
Me, you know,
I think there's not a clear answer to it anymore.
But I need answers. I need answers because if you say I'm not qualified to speak on underground, then
Joe, we're trying to figure out the like I'm trying to figure out the post that we were conversating
I
on.
already told
I don't care
you
about the
what
post. F
it
the
was.
post. F the post.
Yeah, no, it was
don't
a
matter.
post that me and him were debating on. It wasn't that feature posting. Like you're talking about something different.
It was. It was though. It was saying stop paying for features. The features are dead. That was the post. I promise it was the post.
The posts don't even matter though. Like I just want to know in general, like what qualifies somebody to speak on
okay. So what would qualify you to
Lindsay?
give
How
that
you
advice then?
doing? She said,
Why
answer me.
what qualified you to give that advice then if you don't even have songs?
What
does
are you
have
talking
songs,
about?
though.
What are you
He
talking
does
about?
I'm just
have
saying,
songs.
do you have features? Does he have features?
Do I have paid features? No.
No. He's saying that the post was about you saying stop paying for features. Is that what you just said, right?
This is the most illogical debate I've ever been a part of. So you're saying because I haven't specifically purchased a feature from somebody that I can't tell people
that's what I'm saying. So you're giving advice of something you haven't experienced yet.
I mean,
I have watched.
seen
Listen, no. Let me lay out my resume so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Since I can't get a clear answer on what qualifies somebody to be doing a podcast on the internet about underground hip hop artists that nobody's heard of. Let me explain my resume. 2023 for 13 years, I have been an avid observer, studier. I have created music. I have purchased beats. I have done features. I have done shows. I have a degree in business, like an actual college degree, a 4-year degree in business. I practice business professionally for over a decade. I think if there's anybody on this podcast right now that's qualified enough to talk about signing a contract or doing a deal or anything that has to do with investing dollars into any sort of business model, it's this guy sitting right here. So when I hear people telling me that I'm not mother effing qualified,
I think both of you guys
doing this for a long time.
I think both of you guys are.
And I'm not saying anyone's not qualified. I'm just saying
first
about
off,
me.
Your main videos were what? Bashing Strange.
My main video
either.
is a thumbs up on Facebook and me ranting about it. That's my main video. So if you want,
what is your top video? I want to say your top video was you bashing.
Pull it up right now.
Not bashing Gadamus, exposing bad business done by Gadamus.
I've been doing this for 10 years, man. So like people want to sit here and say like, oh, Joe's just riding the Strange wave.
I never said that.
I'm not saying you, but people love to do that. And people love to say like, well, what's your biggest video? Your biggest video is talking about Strange music or talking about an extra artist on Strange music. Like
you can't.
First off, who cares? Who cares? That's the news of the day.
Oh, and I love the Static G video.
Again, like
did you see my interview with Static G? Shit is crazy.
I saw yours first, and then I saw Joe Case.
Stuff's wild with that man.
To go back though. Look, Joe K has done a lot. I've done a lot, right? My most popular video is me getting hit with a cake, and then me rapping as a nerd.
You got to be a baker. You got to be a
That's
baker.
what
You got hit with cake. You a baker now.
That's what people like. That's what people are into. That doesn't discredit my other body of work that I've done. Whether it's a dope album, whether it's a dope podcast, people are attracted to comedy and drama.
True.
In our escapist world. That needs to change. It's been set up that way.
It hurts my soul. Dude, it hurts my soul because you look at my channel, I got interviews with artists that like I personally like and that are personally been grinding for years. they'll get 200, 300, 400 views. I post something on Godamus, that crap will get 20,000 clicks. That ain't my problem. I'm just out here doing what I do. You know, I do interviews. I say news.
No, I
do
respect that you do the
research,
interviews. I love that you do the interviews.
And giveaways make money. People want free shit.
Oh, bro, we do giveaways all the time. That shit takes off.
And it's sad that that's the nature
It's
of
the reality.
beast.
It's the reality.
I mean, COVID fucked up everybody's pockets.
but this is I guess like going back to the feature thing too, like why I said what I said. Look at what's happening in the industry right now, and the underground is always at least 5 years behind the industry. They'll piss and moan about the industry, they'll cry about auto-tune, but then 5 years later, when it's no longer like the popular thing in the mainstream, you see all the underground artists freaking turning up the auto-tune. Like that's just the way that it works. So when I see people like spending $3,000 on, you know, former Strange Music artist features, I'm not even going to name names, but when I see that crap happen, I'm going, that's a bad investment. You want to know why? Because you can go on TikTok right now and you can go do a duet for free. You can tag them, you can use them in your video.
Outdated.
Bro, first off, if you take
getting dated.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, if you're gonna spend $3,000, you should, like, this is the problem. Like, people, they need guidance. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't spend $3,000 on somebody that was formerly with Strange and not doing anything, making, you know, getting the views and all that good stuff. Because let's just be real, everybody that leaves Strange barely gets views other than Ritz. Ritz is like the only one.
It's hard out there, man.
Yeah, so
they're struggling.
Yeah, so you an asshole.
I'm being honest. Like, I'm no disrespect. It is a struggle though, man. Like, they left the machine and now they're trying to build it themselves, and it's freaking difficult. Like,
no, it's very difficult, bro. We do it every day. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna spend $3,000, you might as well get somebody who's got a radio hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you spend it on an underground rapper when you can get somebody with a radio hit?
But who are you getting access to that has like that? That's the problem though. Like, people say like, oh, find somebody with a radio hit. Dudes will be doing features with people that had a radio hit literally 20 years ago and paying for a feature today. And just because they had a radio hit does not mean that they're relevant and they're going to get you the kind of pull.
Okay, hold on real quick. Hold on. Yes, we did a video with Godamus, because guess what? I didn't have to really pay him. I made him come to Dallas. He came to Dallas. I helped him get other features. I helped him do a lot of stuff. Same I do with any artist that comes to Dallas. I did the same thing with Young Buck. Young Buck came here. I got him features, interviews, videos, all kinds of shit. So yes, we did a video, Twistello. Didn't you do a whole tour with him?
Damn.
Okay, then. Come on, bro. Don't talk that shit, bro.
What up, Ian? What up, John? What up, Jersey Meg?
You got him a whole tour booked on your back. Come on, bro.
I mean, but he's learned from that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's.
Clearly.
I mean, listen. I haven't talked to guys in a long time, bro. I couldn't even, like, he doesn't even have a phone.
Damn.
His girls got it. His girls got it. His girls got it. His girls got it.
This
everybody keeps saying that shit, okay?
Yo,
everybody keeps telling me that
she
shit.
Just needs gas. She just needs gas money. She needs gas money to feed the baby. You know what I mean? Like, she just needs $20 real quick.
You hearing that shit too? That's not funny, bro. I heard somebody, a promoter, told me this shit the other day, and he was like, he said something like about booking Godamus, and I was like, bro, I couldn't do it for the simple fact that his show doesn't do well here. Not like none of them really do well here in Dallas. And then I was like,
where do you think Godamus would do well? I don't think there's a place
Denver?
to do well.
They all do well in Denver.
Everybody will do well in. Come on, man. But
I
mean, that's the
okay.
circuit.
Okay, put it this way: if Seth's crew got back together and they did a tour, it would probably do okay.
Right, but that's not gonna happen because of Godamus's bad business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But which Joe K played a huge part in bringing to light. To move, because we need to move. They high in Denver. Yo.
That's fucked up, bro.
Literally, figuratively, like all the way around.
So to move on from the subject, because there's a lot of things, and I guess since this has been the point, what is the winch? Well, I gotta say this: a lot of people invest in themselves before they have a product. You don't really know when you have a
No,
product. You don't really know when you have a product until you've made something special.
I
Though a
mean,
lot
okay,
of
so this is
people
what it is.
spend a lot of their career thinking
Okay,
they have a product when they do not have a
yeah,
product.
I mean, people they don't also they need to have a game plan. When you come up with your game plan, that means you got to have a game marketing plan. Like what you
Business
gonna
plan.
do? Like
Business plan.
yeah, like you gotta have all this shit in a row, and like these artists don't. They just like I had an artist come to me the other day. He's like, I put out a song. Um, I put one song out. I should get paid to go do this show,
Yep.
and I was like, bro, that's not how that works. But okay. So, like I said, I mean these they don't, bro. It's you gotta brand yourself. A lot of these artists don't even brand themselves.
Which is part of having a product, knowing what
Like
you want,
like
aesthetics.
when we
Like,
do a rollout. Bro, we have a whole office, like we have a meeting and everything, and we do a full rollout. Like from this, we're gonna do this, from this to this, we're gonna do that. These artists are just, I don't know. They like, hey, I got a song with a strange music artist, and I'm just gonna throw it out. They don't promote it, they don't plan.
well, a lot of times. So I would say, let's see if y'all agree with this. When you do a feature with somebody and invest in a feature, you should have a plan. You should make sure that they're going to promote it as well. And you should aim to have a visual, a TikTok, whatever, an actual plan. Because I think music videos are a
All that
little
shit you
bit.
just said, that should all be in their contract.
I feel like I think a lot of the other stuff. Um, I feel like music videos are underrated, are out of the game. They're outdated at this point in the game.
Music, you said music videos?
Yes.
I think they're a necessity. Like, but I think they
Yeah,
need to
no,
be
you
grand.
need
I think they, but I think they need
there's
to be better produced. Like, because I think there's a music video. Like, there's a music video, and then there's a music video. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, look, when NF puts out a mother effing music video. That's a video. What I've seen
Which one?
people
That
freaking
slut
boom
me
this,
out?
huh?
Who'd you just say had a video?
It like
NF.
NF, like somebody like NF or like some, someone like that. Like they
That
put out a
but
video.
who's
It's
he
a
signed
video.
to?
I
Who's
think
NF
the
signed to? Is he
budget.
signed?
The yeah,
He
yeah, he signed.
he's signed to a I think a Capital.
Um,
Wow.
I think that budgets for videos are cheaper because TikToks are more effective. Reels are more effective. So
Yeah.
obviously they're a necessity, but the worth of them, they're almost not as worthful. Even Pink Panthers and Ice Spice, their video is a very cheap
Who the fuck did you
video.
just say?
Bro, if you don't know Pink Panthers, you gotta.
Oh, bro, stop. No, I'm not. No,
She,
no,
she's fire. She's
no, bro,
fire.
stop. No, she's not. Stop. You lying.
Definitely fire. Her
Stop.
beats,
No,
her
stop.
voice, her
You need to get hip
concept.
to what's her name? Lola Brooke. You need to get hip to her.
I'll check out Lola Brooks for sure. But like I feel like reels and TikToks and the way that social media is set up, open verses are getting a little bit outdated. I'm mad. I'm even mad because the other day I did an open verse
Mhm.
and I didn't even know it ended up being a competition to get on the song. And I don't like that shit because I don't like competing with
That's what a lot of people have been doing. Like, it's
Okay,
crazy.
so this is the idea we thought about doing. So the idea we thought about doing is we're gonna do that, but whoever wins, we're gonna fly you out here and make you be in the video.
I mean, that makes sense.
You get what I'm saying? Gives you
Yeah.
exposure.
and all it
But
took
it
was
feels
them doing
kind
a
of
duet.
selfish because they're trying to promote themselves by using the world full of thirsty artists. to promote.
Oh,
Oh,
for
that's what I
sure.
said, bro. That's why I was like, we got to do something different. I don't want to do it like, hey, we're just gonna throw everybody on this one song and then put it out. No, I'd rather do it like that. You know, make sure you get a visual so people can see who you are and all that good shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Russ,
because like I said, videos I think are necessary. Like, I do videos for every song.
I mean, Russ did the same thing, you know, like he put out the song and he had that Katie, whatever her name is, like Katie Raps or whatever. Like he put out a song, did a duet, and then he had all these people do duets, which builds the song up, right? And then you have out of that, like the cream of the crop are gonna rise, like they're gonna rise to the top, you know. I can't help it, but cream of the crop gonna rise to the top. New mixtape coming March 1st, 2023. But no, like he did this and this girl did a fire verse on it, and he ends up like making like a full-blown song and like puts her on shows and stuff. And like some people say there's a conspiracy out there that this is all planned mainstream activity.
I mean, some of it is,
right? So like
some of it is.
It's like hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell like who are they trying to like put on by things like this to make it seem organic, but it's not. And people have been skirting the system for a long time, you know, trying to make things seem organic when they're not. But this is an opportunity, I think, for artists to get on there without a high budget video, without paying for a feature, without doing some of these things. There are more avenues now to gain exposure and to become somebody without doing the same grind people had to do 20 years ago. You know, like it is a different game.
But to be fair, you do know how hard it is to go viral on like TikTok.
Oh,
shit,
for
right?
sure. For sure.
So, like people need to realize like that shit ain't just gonna happen either. So
yeah,
so
you have quality.
Make sure you got a plan B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just think like.
You gotta hustle all the avenues.
Yeah,
all the different ways of going about it and being creative and being yourself. A lot of people are scared to be themselves. They don't have a product. A lot of people are living in the dark.
Yeah,
and they don't even know it. They're like, I can still see. So they don't even care about the light switch that can be right in front of them. But
how do you guys feel about these beat packages,
dude?
I mean,
go ahead, Daz. Go ahead.
They're a joke. It depletes the worth of a lot of things. So okay, like which. You know, there's a decent amount of that happening, especially in the underground. If the songs were mixed as well as the feature vocals, if they were on par, it would be beneficial. But because I really don't mind using somebody else's thing. It's just about using something in a unique way and making something better than everything else, like having a standard of quality to it, using it in a unique way, and that's not getting done.
So the vocals are not mixed. So I haven't heard any of them. I just seen everybody buy the CD
the vocals to the artist are fire, but the vocals of the artist that
Who's
made the
purchasing
song
Yeah.
is not on par because they don't have the same resources. It's for people with less resources, and that's the problem, because if they were making a high quality product, they probably wouldn't have to get a feature by that means.
And the other thing too, what it's doing, like these artists, they'll do it because they need to make a living, right? Like people, look, desperate people do desperate people things. And when these artists are out there struggling and they can't make money from their own music, then the avenues that I have witnessed them take over the years is they start pumping out features left and right, or they start doing, beat packs, or they start doing these like song packages and stuff like that. And all it does is it depletes the value of their name. So now when I type in, Daz Exotic, feature, there's not 3 features that pull up anymore. Now there's 25. And so now the 25 artists that bought that pack, they're not gaining the same value they would have gotten, back in the day, had 5 years ago when they were popping, they had their name in the song title. Like the name is people's names are getting devalued left and right because of the
Only reason I
nonsense
asked is I
that we're
saw
doing.
them do a new one with like Rick Ross, and I was like, and I saw a dude trying to put out one of the songs, and I was like, bro, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know them guys, and that dude wants a lot of money for a feature. I was like, if
But
you put that,
But they
I
sell
feel like they're
non-exclusive
gonna take them
features.
songs down.
It's wild, dude. They're selling non-exclusive features and just recycling. And I've seen the same, dude. You know how many Royce da 5'9" verses I've seen out there from people doing that exact same thing? Like Royce sells a non-exclusive verse to some producer, and the producer sells the beat to 1,000 rappers. Now 1,000 rappers have a song with Royce da 5'9". That's freaking wild to me, man. Like, cause it's Royce. He's freaking like, dude's like up there.
Bro,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
pretty
Like,
sure them Royce verses are so old before Bad Meets Evil.
oh, agreed.
Because
They still selling them
if
in
you see Royce
2023.
now, you'd be like, hell no, he's not doing that.
Yeah, they still selling them, and though in 2023, that's the problem though. Like, because desperate
I mean,
people
Royce
do
is
desperate people
doing
things.
even he goes live every Friday and lets people rap on
Rap
there,
on his
and
channel.
I've noticed less and less people tune into it. His brother Kid Vicious hosts it, and it gets less and less viewers every time. But once again, who am I to judge? What do you know? It's got a sponsorship with Monster. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how much longer that'll last. But
I mean, he got paid, I'm pretty sure.
but maybe this is the hot take then for Ken, because I would say then I would never, if somebody asked me today, hey Joe, I'm an underground rapper, I got a little bit of buzz going, I'm thinking about buying a Royce da 5'9" feature. Should I buy a Royce da 5'9" feature? 99% of the time I'm telling them don't buy a Royce da 9'5" feature. Why? Because it's diminishing returns. Because of what has happened, because of the state of things, because of how many features are out there now, it doesn't have as much impact as it used to when you had a Royce feature. I'm not saying that Royce isn't a great artist. I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool to have a song with Royce. It's a cool flex. It's a cool thing to put on your resume, but it's not something that's going to always bring you a good ROI. 95% of the time or more, probably 99% of the time, if I had to guess, these features aren't bringing the kind of return that people think. Like, you need a lot of,
you know why? That's because they're not marketing themselves right. They're not,
even
you know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like, I agree. Like, that's part of it.
That we're all talking about. All those avenues, all three of us are talking about, they're not using those avenues.
So what is good marketing to you? And also, if you have an open verse that people aren't gonna do, like, you got to have a certain level of popularity or hustle to make an open verse that people are interested in competing. So a lot of people aren't even at the level to have those avenues. But
Right.
so how do you feel about paying for views and comments on YouTube?
Bro, that shit is a waste of time. I think it's a waste of time. I mean, to be honest, like, it's just
so you
I want to read all the haters. I'm weird. I like to read the haters.
So you've never paid for
bro, I don't never pay for anything. I don't pay for anything. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I don't pay for nothing.
I've seen fake comments on Jay Ira's videos.
Hey, that's not me. I don't pay for her shit. You know what I'm saying? So if she gets fake comments, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's not me. I don't listen.
If you're a smaller artist with a song with Benny the Butcher or something, though, like, it kind of benefits the song to have a lot of views and comments, because you don't want to risk having a song that big and not have views and features. And most people can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that's why, bro. Why do you think we've been doing this whole press tour? Like, that's why we've been going to all these different states and shit. Like, the person that's texting me right now is from Shade 45. They want us to come do another show out there. So that's why we're just going, you know, like, I'm going to Atlanta next. We got to go to Tennessee, do some big ass shit with an artist and make a video and do all that shit. And then I got to go to Cali. You know, we're doing No Jumper. Huh?
That's the next feature?
Who?
An artist from Tennessee?
Well, I mean, I already got like 10 features. Bro, I got songs in the can right now with Project Pat, Crooked Eye, Lil Scrappy, X-Rated. We got like 10 in the can. Then I'm going to go do some more new songs with somebody from Tennessee, and then I'm going to Cali. We got to do No Jumper. Yeah, like bro. Then we come back to
When
Texas. I
is
got to do a whole press run.
when is No Jumper happening?
Bro, I'm trying to schedule that shit for May, bro. But see, the problem with May
Adam
is we're
22
going
is
to the
kind of
Billboard
a
Award.
dickhead. He forgot where he came from.
Ooh.
No, Adam 22.
No, bro, we're not doing Adam's show. We're doing Pimp Sharp Tank on No Jumper.
Which makes a lot of sense. Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's
I'ma do
good,
his
Brandon.
show. Me and him been talking
But
back and
his
forth.
show's blowing up.
Bro, thank you. I know. I was like, bro. So when
For
we had
all
him talk,
the wrong
we was like,
reasons.
bro, we got to do this show.
For all the wrong reasons, though.
He's
but,
smacking people around.
Bro,
That wasn't him. That was another dude.
that was his other dude. That shit was wild, though. It was on his
Bro,
show.
listen,
What up,
you
y'all in
can't-
the building?
Listen, I don't give a
Like,
fuck who
like,
you
like,
is. You don't
share,
sit
share,
up there
share,
and you
shout
call
out.
another man a bitch to his face. I would probably swing on you too, just being real. I don't like, bro. This is one thing I had this conversation the other day. I'm like, bro, people get it like a thin line. Is a real thin line between jokes and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And like, you just can't be on there trying to talk tough, bro. Like, people go on there and they want to
Well,
be
he was
hard.
a fake
It's
pimp.
like, no.
It was a fake pimp. In defense, it was a fake pimp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
And they
he
were
went on there
checking his
trying to be
credentials.
hard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, he wasn't. But they brought him on to check him. They brought him on to check him. I don't know. Yo, y'all, do not take every interview, especially when you when you're faking some shit. Do not take every.
People get exposed, bro. Like, I don't.
It was disrespectful to the culture,
Yeah.
to the culture of pimping. Mind you, pimping is a disrespectful culture, but
What?
This is very disrespectful, bro.
Disrespect. Wait a second. No one else is gonna think that's as funny as I am because it's like that's disrespectful to pimps everywhere. You know what the frick?
it is though. It is.
No,
like
it is.
to-
Bro,
because-
like, no, we know
because
some hardcore
what
pimps, bro. And
people-
like,
what people
Like, them
under
dudes that
what
be on that
people
show are jokes.
understate what people under don't understand, and it's because pimping is almost such a brutal thing that it's underneath being a gangster, but
Yeah.
it is one of the fundamentals of hip hop. When Snoop talks about the things that he talks about, especially when he came in, he was talking about pimping. Indirectly, he was talking about pimping, because hip hop is based off of people who do not
yeah, bro.
have
so-
do
so
not
I'm
have
glad
the
you said that, 'cause-
regular they do not have the regular means of making money. It's why pimping, selling drugs, and gangster shit, robbing, all these illegal means is like in rap. It's not what makes it such a beautiful thing is that it's a legal means
Right,
that they can use where they are from to get out of there.
right, bro. I'm about to have her do a song with Sugar Free.
Sick. One
So
of my homies works for Sugar Free. Dope.
yeah. I mean, I really want to add him to the song with Project Pat. So, but
What up, Shayla? We see you in the motherfucking building.
man, I had another question for y'all. Man, I forgot that bitch. God damn it,
We might have to do a part 2.
bro. I'm always down for that shit. I don't know why we just don't have our own podcast. We can make this a tour.
Here I have to find somebody with some other effing credentials around here because I'm about to get kicked. I'm about to get kicked right off the show.
We're not qualified to talk about these things. man.
God dang, man. You're gonna me and Dad, I know I'm getting replaced. I'm freaking booted. Kick this mother effer off
Me
the
and
show.
Dad-
You be my
Me
like,
and Joe-
like I'll be Joe Buddas, you be Mar, and you'll be Rory.
Oh, why I gotta be Rory? Wait a second. Why I gotta be Rory?
I say everyday struggle in this bitch. I'm
Right,
like,
no. But nobody listens to that music like that, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I can't listen to none of that auto tune shit. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like, I'm
look,
not a fan.
I was a fan of
I
when Kanye was doing his like wild stuff on his like his more experimental stuff that he was, you know, using things in a different way. I think auto-tune kind of got overused, and then I was kind of over it. Like I don't know. I used to definitely hate on auto-tune for sure. Now I've become kind of accustomed to it because it's fed to us so often. And, you know, we had all those years of like, you know, the T-Pains of the world, like fire songs with auto-tune. I'm like, well, dang, this actually sounds pretty good, you know, when he's doing it. But then there's 10 other people that come up trying to do it and just kind of ruins it for me.
It's all about how you use it. A lot of artists have a very cliche formula of how they use auto-tune. All the songs will sound the same. They'll even be good songs, but they'll all sound the same. And so that's my biggest problem with that. Yo, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because we need to talk about booking shows. We need to talk about
I got time. I mean,
a lot of shit.
I don't know.
I
got time.
I don't got time.
Yesterday I didn't have time.
So
Today I got time.
Okay, if you want to be an artist, right? So if you want to be an underground artist average is making, what would you say, about 2,500 to $5,000?
A month or a year?
That's so.
I'm not even joking. I am dead serious. You know what I'm saying, Ken. You know what I mean.
You're such an asshole.
Hey, I'm keeping it $1 billion tonight. Okay, let's look.
I'm just saying, like, if an artist is going on tour, an underground rapper is gonna make probably, like, I'm gonna say the most is 5 bands.
Depends on the tour.
What up,
Depends on if they're
Justin?
paying to get on the tour. But dude, here's the question too. When you say an underground rapper goes on tour, what does that mean? Did they buy on a slot to go on tour? Are
No,
they
I mean the
headlining it? Okay,
Yo,
headlining it.
we really got to get into this on another segment. We talked about
I
features
see what you're
today.
doing, Daz. I see what you did here.
We're talking about features today. The next time we're gonna be talking about shows because there's so much to unpack on that subject. I got to get to Walmart before it closes.
Ask them if they know. Ask them if they know Greaves. Ask them if anybody knows Greaves.
Yeah, hey, wear a green shirt.
Shut up!
And I love that man. For the record, I love that man. You know, I was just making a point.
The
okay?
milkman said it best. He said,
I like
"Grease."
Prof.
He said,
Dude, props
"Grease."
wild. Props wild, man.
Yeah, I'm. I got to keep that low key. But Prof is coming to Atlanta. But all right, y'all. We will have
Oh, you
to
doing a
do.
song?
We will have to do a part 2. We will catch y'all on the next time. It's a new day in the underground, baby. I'm here with Joe K and Ken Folk, the motherfucking plug. We hope y'all learned something.